Hello everyone. Welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. Chicago Fire boss promises big changes for Stellaride family ahead of Season 13 final. Chicago Fire has been spreading the narrative focus over the last few episodes. Kelly Severide, Taylor Kinney, and Stella Kidd, Miranda Ray Mayo have been involved, but their personal lives have taken a backseat to workplace drama. Understandably so, given the severity of recent incidents. It's nice to see Severide and Kidd working through difficult workplace situations together, but the last time we really weighed in on their personal lives, there was a lot going on. The couple had decided to adopt a child, and were subsequently approved for adoption, after what we theorize was an assist by Joe Minoso's Cruz. There's been little progress on the adoption storyline in recent episodes, but all that is going to change during Season 13's final stretch. Chicago Fire showrunner Andrew Newman confirmed that there will be plenty of Stellaride drama going on in the final stretch of Season 13 episodes, particularly with regard to securing an adoption and meeting the child that will become part of the Severide and Kidd family. Stellaride is on quite the journey this season trying to start their family, Newman told TV Line. The showrunner made it clear that the couple will get an update prior to the events of the season finale, but it doesn't mean things are going to be smooth sailing from there. In an upcoming episode, they'll finally get the call they've been waiting for, she said. What happens then? Viewers have to tune in to find out. It seems as though Severide and Kidd have managed to get through the toughest part of the process, which is being determined fit to adopt in the first place. Of course, striving to become parents and becoming parents are radically different, and we will undoubtedly be seeing some growing pains as the two firefighters embark on this new chapter of their life. The call that Newman alludes to could not be coming at a better time either. Severide and Kidd just suffered a pretty devastating blow to their family in the episode Post-Mortem, when Severide's half-brother, Jack Damon, Michael Bradway, was seriously injured in a house fire. Damon suffered internal bleeding and lung damage from smoke inhalation, and rightfully voiced concern over the possibility of him never being able to fight fires again. Damon's injuries hit Severide pretty hard, especially given that he was the one who pushed to have the former transferred back to Firehouse 51. The silver lining, of course, is that Stellaride's child will have an uncle around to spoil them, even if said uncle is not a firefighter anymore. As Chicago Fire gears up for its Season 13 finale, showrunner Andrew Newman is turning up the heat, especially for fan-favorite couple Stella Kidd and Kelly Severide, affectionately dubbed Stellaride by the fandom. In a recent interview with TV Weekly, Newman teased that seismic shifts are coming for the couple, both professionally and personally, and that the finale will be a game-changer for the Stellaride family dynamic. Since their dramatic wedding in Season 10, Stella and Severide have weathered numerous storms, from arson investigations that sent Severide out of state, to leadership tensions at Firehouse 51, to the ever-present question of whether parenthood is in their future. And now, as Season 13 draws to a close, the couple stands at a crossroads, one that may force them to redefine what family truly means. Stella and Severide have always had a passionate, deep love, but they've also had a lot of external pressures pulling them in different directions, Newman explained. This finale is about what happens when those pressures boil over, and whether they choose each other all over again. One of the biggest twists on the horizon? A surprise reappearance from a teenager named Shayla, who viewers will remember as the niece of a fallen firefighter from Season 9. Shayla shows up at Firehouse 51 seeking guidance and a place to stay, after aging out of foster care, and while the team is used to stepping in to help, it's Stella and Severide who find themselves most drawn to the young woman. The idea of fostering or even adopting has been in the background for them, Newman hinted. This storyline brings it right to the front. Shayla isn't just a storyline device, she shakes things up and exposes cracks that may or may not heal. While some fans may fear this means trouble for Stellaride, Newman emphasized that their struggles come from a place of love, not distance. We're not tearing them apart, but we are testing what it means to be a family. You're going to see Stella making big leadership decisions, potentially even considering a transfer to mentor new female cadets full-time, while Severide faces a life-altering decision regarding a cold case that reopens in the arson unit. The couple's diverging paths will force them to have a conversation they've long avoided. Is it finally time to expand their family? And what are they willing to give up, or compromise, to do so? Kelly's always carried this guilt about not being the kind of father figure he wished he'd had, Newman said. But seeing Stella in mom mode with Shayla sparks something in him. For the first time, he's not just thinking about it, he's feeling it. And while emotional arcs are in full swing, so is the action. The finale will feature a massive warehouse blaze that puts Shayla and multiple team members in danger. The rescue will push Stellaride to his limits, leading to what Newman calls a defining moment for Kelly as a leader, a partner, and potentially a father. Behind the scenes, the cast is just as invested in the outcome. Taylor Kinney, who plays Stellaride, recently returned full-time after a temporary leave in Season 11, and says this arc is some of the most emotionally resonant work he's done in years. There's a vulnerability in Stellaride that's been unlocked, Kinney shared. He's always been this brave, stoic guy, but now you're seeing the layers, his desire for stability, his love for Stella, his questions about legacy. It's powerful stuff. Miranda Ray Mayo, who portrays Stella Kidd, agrees. Stella is fierce, independent, but she's also someone who leads with her heart. Her connection with Shayla awakens something maternal in her, and that scares her a bit. She's used to being in control. But parenting, that's a whole different kind of fire. With Chicago Fire already renewed for Season 14, the finale isn't just a conclusion, it's a launching pad. We're setting the stage for a very different chapter, Newman confirmed. It's not just about firehouse politics or daring rescues anymore. It's about what happens when real life starts creeping into the firehouse walls. And for Stellaride, that means tackling the ultimate question: what do we want our future to look like? As rumors swirl about potential cast shakeups, longtime viewers may wonder whether the show is setting the stage for a quieter, more domestic storyline, or if tragedy is on the horizon. We're not confirming any exits, Newman said carefully, but I will say that every character will walk away from this finale changed in some way. For some that means a new mission. For others it might mean letting go. One thing is certain, fans should be prepared to feel everything. Love, loss, fear, hope, and maybe even a glimpse of a Stellaride family portrait that looks a little different than anyone expected. The Chicago Fire Season 13 finale airs May 22nd on NBC. Buckle up, this one's going to burn bright.